Alrighty, so the reason for this stream is because I recently saw someone made a video about law, and they were a bit taken adrift about how busted law was, or how he is currently in this game of Tekken 8. Well, I wanted to kind of like reiterate some of that, but to also give a actual explanation towards shade. Not shade, but mainly towards the explanation towards how law is going to be done in this game. Overall, Law has been nerfed, but he is still considered a top 5, top 3 threat. The main reason being is because one launch can equal up to about 120 damage if you get to the wall. And if you don't have a wall with you, it averages out to about 75 to about 90, etc. So I apologize for the swear word. I'm not gonna swear. This is gonna be educational purposes mainly. So I'm going to go ahead and try to go over as many tools, what you need, what can be done, etc. I'm going to start off with mainly punishment and jab and the basic mechanics of what law can do. And then I'll go over through heat. Then I will go over through certain things that guarantee setups, etc., etc., etc. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off with the first move, which is the 1-1-1 string. So 1, 2, 3, right? So 1-1-1 is a 10 frame interrupt string that's a counter hit guarantee into, and I apologize for this, one small second, might be a bit too loud. I turn this down a little bit, so I apologize on that. I just realized that I can barely hear myself. And I have the sound playing through my headphones, so I apologize on that. There you go. And we'll make it 2. Actually,
martial law. Lydia Sobieska.
I apologize about this again. I'll start it over one more time. So we'll just go straight to it. We'll just go how we go.
Get ready for the next battle.
So, okay. So now we have 1-1-1. Now, 1-1-1 is a 10 frame hit string, right? Counter hit only guarantee. Yes, and if you have heat with it, you got Oki right here, right? It resets it pretty much, right? So, well, whoops, last thing. Where's restart? There you go. Those are positions. I'll still play one. So, Law is good at one thing, and he's been universally good at this one thing. That is bulldogging. Bulldogging is pretty much getting in with normals or pokes or strings and staying within the opponent's range to where you can counteract and where you can go in and stay in. Basically, make like a rushdown, except where he still has to choose and pick his spots. Strategist of destruction. I appreciate it, Dracula. Thank you. So, anyways, as I was saying, so Law has quite a few tools to be obnoxious, annoying, and can be overwhelming to most opponents. For example, his new stuff that he got in Season 2 would be now for 1-2. It's counter hit only guarantee, by the way. You have this up back to, which no one explained, by the way. This move is actually kind of brain dead. And then on top of that, these two strings are also good combo carries. So when you do this, you can do this. Okay, now you're here. Now, you also have this string right here. See? Sorry, I'm bad at it right now. I'm still warming up. That does work, but I just dropped it, so I'm bad. I apologize. But basically, and that does also work. I just dropped it again, so I'm bad at it. So, but basically, as you're trying to say, as you can tell, in Heat, Law can refill up his heat gauge with nunchucks, pretty much. Now, the reason why I see why people are like complaining about Law, or no one talks about him, is because there's two things wrong with him that makes him really bad. Well, not bad. This jump kick, or this jump kick. Which jump kick are you talking about, Dracula? I don't mind asking. But anyways, just let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. I don't mind. But anyways, as I was saying, Law has legacy knowledge. He has over 20-something years of legacy knowledge. He hasn't been like completely like revamped or changed. People are just mad at the fact that he's easier. So the fact that he is easier makes him more obnoxious, which is what makes him funny. So, an example, I'll put on my history for this one. So, you have DSS now as a forward input. Oh, forward 3-4? Forward 3-4. You mean this? That's forward 3-1. He doesn't have forward 3-4 anymore. He has. But the last kick of that sequence, doesn't the jump kick? I think it's forward 3-4. Down forward 3. This is this move. That doesn't work because up forward. Yes, that does work. That does work, by the way. So, okay. But anyways, as I was saying. So, what I wanted to go off of was this. So, again. So, his main punishment is mainly jabs. Or if it's anything 12 frames or worse, he gets 3-4. Anything 14 or worse is back 4-3. And yes, back 4-3 does now work back turn now. So, if you get your punch from the back, it does work now. Remember, that did not work at all since Tekken 6. So, anywhere after Tekken 6, this would not work at all. Down forward 3. Talking about. Wait. Down forward 3 plus 4-4. No, it's banana peel. That's banana peel, sir. Sorry about that. Yeah, this one. That will not work. But anyways, I'm saying. So. So. In terms of 13 frames, 12, 13, you got 3-4. Anything 14 or worse, you got back 4-3, which people don't do because you can crouch cancel this. Oops, sorry. Yeah, you can crouch cancel that. So what people don't know about that is that anything that's a low that's minus 13, that's minus 14 or worse, you basically get a free wall spot if you're close. People don't know that, but like Ninja Killer, Sensei Salem, Gosane, they all know that. They don't tell you that, but they do know that. 15 frames, you got down forward 2, which also tracks, by the way. Tracks strongly to his left and tracks weaker to his right, I believe. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. I apologize if I did. Let me see. Oh, let me turn off rage. Just thought about that. Let's see. So I will separate. Yeah, see? Nope, still does it. Can't do it off a jab anymore, but you can do. And then still hits. Yeah, it tracks strong to his right. I don't think it tracks to his left. I'm pretty sure the left is his weak side then. Nope, still tracks. My bad. Apologies on that. Anyways, as a long main, I will say this. One of the very few tools that people always don't talk about is forward 3-1. Forward 3-1 is one of the strongest tools for Law because it's mid, and on top of that, it jails. Unless I delay it, then you can step it. But you gotta step it to the left, step it to the right. Nope, still hits that way. Okay, so I walk to the right. Nope, still tracks. Never mind. Apologies on that. Oh, 3+4. Yes, that's an ender. Yes, that does work. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. So, okay. So, another thing about that's goofy with Law right now is that the main reason why people think Law is like top 5, top 3, top 5, whatever. It's this. So, when he's in heat, he is in a very, very demanding position when he's in heat. Like every character in this game. So when he's in heat, you have DSS, right? So let's do this, right? Launcher. You get launched for that, right? That does not work normally. If this is counter hit, this is not a normal launcher. By the way, so people, that's false information. That does not work. How do you do just the last kick on that? Oh, you mean like 3+4? Or are you talking about DSS 4? That one? This is just DSS 4. This one's DSS 4. 4, excuse me. And then you have Rising 1, Rising 4, and the DSS 1. This is a real thing, by the way. This can be real. And if it's counter hit, if you know what happens on counter hit, you get that, or you get this, 3+4, 4. 3+4. Sorry, bad notation. Or you get this. Sorry. Now, what people also don't know is that the grab does not work here. But you do also... I think this does work. No, it's a true frame trap. That's right. It's a true frame trap. Now, if they don't know what you want to do, you can also do this. Make a -9, force them to take a block, make them guess, and plus your turn ends, but you're -9 and you're safe. Or you can go ahead and do that for a guess if you know they're going to mash a button after it. You got that. Or you can do that as well. That's a force will be -2. You can still step after it. So what people have to do is do this, move, down forward 2. Or they'll do this, back up, wait, and then they'll just play defense from there and be like, all right, see what you do. If you like to mash, we'll see how you mash. And then just react to it. Or if they know for a fact they got a wall splat, or that's a force block as well. Very tight to get the force block, but it is a force block, by the way. And then on top of that, if they know for a fact that they got a actual heat, if they know they have it in heat, or whatever the case may be, you can do whatever, pretty much is what I'm trying to say. Off of DSS options, at least. So, with that, you also have this as well. like I said, if this is on counter hit, this is completely guaranteed. Or this. This is not entirely guaranteed. You guys know why? It'd be kind of insane if Law could just do this for free. Plus 18 to plus 19. Not plus 16. Plus 18 plus 19. You can get a plus 19 if you hit it late. You can get a plus 20 if you hit it a perfect media late. I'm not going to try that because that's ridiculously hard to hit. But anyways, as I'm saying. So Law overall has a lot of tools to be annoying. And on top of that, he also has down forward 3, which still puts him back at range 3, mind you. Remember, this was not this far back. They used to put him back at least to about range 2, 2.5 back in 7. Now he's pushed back even farther and forcibly is enforced. And now he's forced to either A, engage, or B, just reset neutral and try to play off. And play off a defense. Which is a good thing. Which means if you're here, you won't get randomly scrubbed out. So if you poke with this, you won't get hit by random rage art. Now at least. So that's a good thing. So another thing about him is that makes him goofy is back 3 tech. Back 3 tech is actually hilarious because what back 3 tech does is say I get your opponent at the wall, right? Sorry. It is resets. Because the pushback at the wall isn't that great. I felt that. I'm so sorry. Because pushback at the wall isn't that great. You're still considered minus 12. So I would not suggest just hitting a button. But you can do a fox step. Or you just turn around and go right back in the crouch and go for slide. And you can set up like that pretty much. Make them guess. That's the whole point of being able to bulldog. You get to keep making them guess and you get to keep going. That's the whole point. It's not a rush down entirely because with rush down, you just have to say, oh, button goes burr. No, you have to think before you decide to react, which is basically what bulldogging is pretty much. It's pretty much the second version of rush down. Just call it rush down. It's fine. But anyways, as I'm saying. So another thing that's also goofy with Law is this. So say, oops, I crouch fell. Yeah. Say you block this, right? I'm plus 3. If you pay attention to it, it's a spacing trap. If you hit a button, this comes out. If you hit a button and do down forward 2, that comes out. Or you DSS 2, DSS 3, and the down forward 2 comes out. If you do DSS into down DSS 4, you can get that to come out. Or you can sit there to wait and just play it off. If they hit a button, then you can play defense because you're plus 3. Sorry. Now, there is a such thing as a DSS plink, which is mainly input DSS on a macro, and then you just slide your hand on the next button you want. Not how that actually works. I'm just showing off some stuff. Anyways, so another thing to look out for with Law is simple as this. You also have DSS options that actually work. So another thing to look out for that people don't talk about is the DSS options on block. Excuse me. So you have DSS 2. Sorry. DSS 2. You have Nunchuck out of DSS. See? You also have DSS forward 2, which is his best tracking move. Out of DSS, it's a high though, so people are going to twitch duck you. But most people don't know what they do after twitch duck. They just duck it and they just don't know what to do after it. They just expect stuff to just happen, which you're not supposed to do. But you also have DSS 3. You have DSS 4, DSS forward 3, which is safe now, and it's Dragon Cannon pretty much. So people don't know that for some odd reason. It was in the patch notes. It would change from -13 to -9. People don't know that. Like, he only has it out of DSS now, so you're gonna see a lot of this. It's still linear as hell. It's still a heat engager. All that jazz is just a move out of DSS now. People just don't know that. You have DSS 3. You got DSS up 4 3+4. You have DSS 3+4 4. And which, by the way, this is also guaranteed. Oops. People don't know that that's guaranteed, by the way, on normal hit. Not just counter hit, that's normal hit, by the way. My apologies. I can show that real quick. See? Normal hit. So, and also he can also do down forward out of it, which makes him plus 18. Whoops, sorry. And also you can do this too. That's also real too, by the way. Natural. So a lot of things that Law has are mainly natural, but it's off of Raw Rising. And his punishment's not bad either, because he also has this, which, by the way, does not have the pushback that it used to have any longer. I'm -18. Please kill me for this. I'm pretty sure in this game, since everybody has long ass pokes, I'm pretty sure you can find a move that can reach you against Law. It's not an issue. Now, the thing that I feel is a nerf is this. He can't DSS out of While Rising 1, 2. He has no DSS out of that anymore. So this used to be a real frame trap. Now it's no longer a frame trap, and no one used it. Now you do While Rising 1 and make a guess, but on hit, it's kind of ass. I'm not gonna lie to you. See, you only plus 1. See how I'm -1 on hit on While Rising 1? Now I'm +1. That doesn't do shit. It's literally just there just to be there. Now, unless you want to set it up like this, or sorry, you want to set it like this, but even then, it's still not worth a damn. I apologize, my phone. That's my phone. Sorry. It's not worth doing because guess what? It's way too slow in terms of transition-wise. So there's that as well. Another thing to look out for that's also goofy here. I'll just put that stand block. There you go. Is this. So, you see how this is +3, right? That's no longer real. That used to be kind of real. Now, on counter hit, now it's real on counter hit. But people prefer this anyway, because you get DSS transition out of that. So, down back 3 into 1-inch punch it's harder to make real, but it can be. And because of the full forward 2 in the forward 1+2, which is one of my favorite strings to ever do in this game, because it's +5 on block, is now transitions to DSS and is now a +6 string on block. But you can still move off of it, obviously. See? So if I were to make a switch real quick, I can show you. We'll go with this one.
Get ready for the next battle.
And then on top of that, you can also parry it as well. So, just to showcase, I'm going to showcase some stuff just to be on the safe side. See? And also fun fact, yeah. So, Law's heat is kind of annoying. So, in his heat that people still don't use, well, some people do use, but not, okay, wouldn't say some most higher level law players who actually understand the character use it. When law is in heat, any DSS transition becomes plus. That's one. Two, he gets a DSS auto parry off of only the punches. Not because, if so, for example, actually I just recorded myself doing this to be easier. No, I screwed that up, sorry. So, yeah, I'll showcase this one. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so, see? Yeah. If you see my inputs, that's a DSS input. And that's what happens. He gets DSS off of punches. He gets DSS off of punches, auto DSS out of punches, but not kicks. If he did kicks, he'd be asinine. He'd be completely asinine. I wouldn't be talking about Law if he was able to do it off of both punches and kicks, but he can't. So they had to like balance it out to where you have to do a kick, pretty much, or a grab. Either one works. So, so there is that, and no one talked about that, by the way. And so, when you go ahead and decide to like look for like, oh, there's another change for Law, by the way, that people still don't know about. I still don't know how people don't know about this, and they've played this game for a while. It's been about a year or so. So I want you to pay attention to the frame data. It's minus 14 for it. Really stupid counter hit. I hate counter hit sometimes. So I said this before, but I will say it again. Every flip kick variation, except for a singular flip kick, is minus 14 now. So at the most, if you're playing like Steve, Fang, Shaheen, Victor, unless you're a Mishima, you can't really punish it very, very heavily. And on top of that, you kind of got to be on crap because he ends up in crouch. So even this, oh sorry, not this one, because he comes out of crouch. But for, I think it's this one. Yeah, this one, he can still ends up in crouch. So it'll punish it. That's a scrub tactic, a very, very big scrub tactic. So be aware of that as well. I apologize for my slide inputs. My slide inputs are not great. And speaking of slide, I can actually show you. I can't show you what makes slide so cheap, but slide is very cheap. So in this game, slide is been buffed and nerfed. So what people don't understand is slide timing. What slide timing is? No, I'm not playing Mary. What slide timing is this. Slide timing is pretty much this in a nutshell. Say I do down one and I'm in crouch, right? You assume that I'm going to just go ahead and just go on the slide, right? Off of immediate down one timing, right? Can be or can't be. It's up to me. I get to pick because I'm only minus one. So, what? Anyways, so pretty much at this point in time, I get to pick where I'm on the slide. So if I decide to sit there and just wait on a minus one, I'm just gonna backdash out. If I decide not to, I'm gonna go for slide. So say if slide hits, right? Like perfect example. Say if slide hits. Now, if slide does hit from this angle, you get 1+2 guarantee. It's not a real guarantee, just quick stand, right? So basically what I get pretty much is a guarantee. I get a free mix off a slide. I don't get a I don't get a complete guarantee off a slide unless I'm in heat, which is where nunchuck comes in. So if I do this, I get complete guarantee now. I get to go nuts for about 5 seconds. Pretty much, I just get to go and do whatever I want to do. Pretty much. But when it comes to slide, there is a way. This is kind of off of it. That is a way to do it, but it's a very hard way. Whoops, sorry. I can try and do it. It's very hard, but basically, if you do rising 4, crouch cancel into slide again and do down 2, you'll catch the tip. It'll hit meaty, and then you catch a tip, and then you do down 2, and then you do down 2, rising 4, DSS, 1+2 for a pickup. It's very, very difficult, but there is somebody that also has done that before. His name was McQuan7. I would say go ahead and go follow him, because he plays Law. He plays that character. And then on top of that as well, there is a couple tools I want to explain about Law that makes him asinine to an extent. So, the first tool I have is up, forward, 3. So, with up, forward, 3, it is I want to say -8. Yep, -8. It is a -8 low crushing variation of a hop kick. What the hop kick does is pretty much it's a get out of jail free card. It is not punishable in the slightest, because what walls will do will just do this. They will do this, or down for 1. They will just check you for certain stuff. If you're gonna jab, be smart on your jab, because you know why? Up 4-2, down 2-3. You're going to get launched if you hit a button off of this. Let the Law player kill themselves before they sit there. Before you sit there and want to swing. That's all I'm gonna tell you about that. Now, another tool I can tell you about. Back 1-2-2. Back 1 can be DSS out of. Back 1-2 can be DSS out of. Back 1-2-2 cannot be DSS out of. That was in Tekken 6. He can no longer DSS out of the full string anymore. The main reason being was because the string turned from a -14 situation to a -6 situation, and it had slight pushback. So if you sat there and did this, sorry. Yeah, it won't even let you sit there and DSS out of it. Yeah, see? You can't even do DSS out of it. You have to manually input it. Yeah, you see how slow that was? Yeah. You cannot do anything off of that. If you commit to the string, just do your fastest 14 frame Punisher or a fast 14 frame Punisher to get going on your offense. Back 1-2 is also -12 in this game. This was a change in Season 2, by the way. Back 1-2 was originally -14. Thus, you could do 3+4 and get away with it. So that meant Law could not play neutral. Now he can play neutral kind of because he's not going to get killed as fast. So now it's -12. Back 1, -9. This means he can DSS out of this one. He can also DSS out of this one as well. So if he does not hit confirm this, if this is not hit confirmed on normal hit, meaning 1-2, is not on hit and they DSS, you can kill him for it. If he does hit confirm it, you have to play defense. There is no situation where you should not be playing defense against this character to an extent. Now, it's a delayed pressure. It's not a scary pressure. It's just delayed. That is all. Now, another thing to look out for. Ha! He still has it. there is a such thing as the fox step parry. The fox step parry does not work back turn. I don't think it does. I don't believe it does. If I remember correctly, I don't think it does. Oh, oops. I did the wrong thing. My bad. Let me see if it still works. You have a fox step variation, pretty much. Yep, see? See? Yeah, see how it doesn't work? Also, fun fact, his back turn game actually got better. Oh, oops. I don't want that. Sorry about that. Going off this off a whim, so I apologize. So, from the back, you can do this. Oops. That's entirely guaranteed, by the way. If you get the angle right, see how far that pushes you back? If you're this far pushed back, that means you got it correct. I got it on my first try. I'm just like, you know that now. You get the whole thing guaranteed if you get that, by the way. Yep, see how far pushed back that is? Yeah, that's pretty much correct. If you get it the first time, that lets you know that, yeah. Yeah, that's supposed to push you that far back, by the way. That's the whole thing of it. So, another thing to look out for, well, not look out for, but basically another like little tidbit about law is this. What you want to do with law is this. Well, to an extent. Because this is natural, by the way. This is natural, by the way. People know that, by the way, for some odd reason. This is natural. So what people don't know is this. So say you're like right here and you're just trying to like poke out. You're just doing like 1, 2, 3, down, back 3, down 4, 1, down 4, 1. And then right here you throw a nunchuck. You are +9 here. What people don't know, what you can do is that on a +9, it's a spacing trap again. Basically, what law likes to do is this. So, say like I said before, so you're just poking. I apologize, my phone. So say like you do like down, back 3, forward 2, 2, you wait, 1, 2, 3, and then I know where your opponent ducking, and then you do down 4, 1. Now down 4, 1, 2 is natural. Since this puts you right where you're at right here, is what you can do.
I'm a dragon.
Leaves you perfect spacing for a grab. They have to stay on their toes and guess. Which is why you see a lot of people just duck law. So when you sit there and you see this on hit,
I'm a dragon.
or if you make it spicy with it, which I don't recommend doing, you can basically do like a buffer DSS command, and then it will allow you to do whatever you want after it, which makes it even harder. And by the way, there's another thing I wanted to explain about DSS, by the way. So, DSS 4 is back. Yeah, I know the combo's not optimal because I personally have trouble trying to get this right, personally, because it's a bit tighter. But the micro step is a bit touchy. Yeah, the micro step's a bit touchy. That's just me though. But basically, DSS4 is back. DSS1 guarantees 1+2 and 4-1. DSS3. Oh, yeah, I forgot about DSS3. So, DSS3. DSS3. DSS3 does not guarantee that. Unfortunately, it's not a true guarantee. Yeah, like if they stay on the ground, okay, you get a free mix for it. That's basically the free mix for it because it leaves up the Oki. But if you get it near the wall, oh, it's toxic as hell. I'm not gonna lie to you on that. I can't lie to you on that one. That would not be good as a person and not be good as a law. I made myself to lie on people about that. So now, another thing to look out for that people still don't know about is back 1-2, counter hit, down 2-3. Well, DSS, down forward, down 2-3. That people still don't like getting hit with this, by the way. Yeah, because pretty much what it does is just this. Pretty much is like a small little mini combo extension. Pretty much what it can do. I can turn my history off real quick because pretty sure I was gonna get annoyed with it, and I apologize for being trash. And pretty much you get, you know what I mean, the same Oki stuff, all that jazz. Now, I apologize for not being as clean as I want to be with this character, but I'm okay. I'm not great with law. I'm nowhere near good. I just know a few things that people keep saying that they don't like about the character. I just want to clear it up just a little bit. And I wonder if that works still. I don't think it does. But pretty much what I want to say was that in terms of law, do I believe law is a top 5, top 3? I believe Law is top 5. I don't believe he's top 3. Unless you play him to the utmost optimal ability as possible, then yes, he could be top 3. Do I think that Law needs to be nerfed? No. What they always do with Law as a character in terms of Tekken, from Tekken 6 to Tag 2, he was still good. He required execution, obviously, because of DSS, but that's about it. From Tekken 7 to this game, is he dimmed down? Yes. Is he easier? Yes. But everybody's easier in this game, to an extent. Is he toxic? Yes, he can be. If you know what you're doing with the character, obviously he's toxic. That's with every character, though. But you can't sit there and say that Law is broken and needs to be nerfed to shit. No. Or even toned down a bit, because Law kind of needs that. And the one thing I'm going to say is this. Nunchuck tracks both ways. It tracks to his weak side and his strong side. People do not know this because they think that, oh, it's a linear Nunchuck. No, it is not. When he's in heat, this Nunchuck becomes the actual Dragon Bite. Don't get bit. Yes, I call the Nunchuck the Dragon Bite because it's literally a Dragon Bite. Dragon Bites are not linear where you can just walk it to a left or right side in heat. It's better than when it was in Season 1 to where normal Nunchuck did the same fucking thing. And it flipped over. So again, I think he's fine. I believe he's like top 5, top 3. But only when he's played to the utmost optimal ability is he considered top 3. But for now, I would call him top 5. Now, another thing to look out for that leads to crazy amount of BS is this. Ah, jeez. See, the problem with that is that there was a combo that I don't think I can do with it, was that I can try it, but I doubt it. Yeah, there's no way in hell they made that work anymore. Someone did do a Twitter combo with this and up forward 2, and that was like the goofiest thing I've ever seen because it picked up. I was like, how do you do that? That looks pretty sick. But no one ever did that, so I'm gonna just leave that alone. So I was like, it's supposed to be a Twitter combo. Must have like went to the game, just like took down the hitbox and whatever the case may be, and it worked. And I'm like, okay. But again, I'm just talking at this point. But another thing to look out for that is goofy is this and this. This is borderline real. It's harder to hit because oops. Oh my god. What the fuck? There you go. People don't know that this is also +5 or +4, excuse me. +4 and the DSS is +6. So if you get hit with this, you kind of have to sit there and wait. You kind of do. You don't have to, per se. You can still, like, step to the left, step to the right, I believe. I'm pretty sure you can step this. It's pretty clean to step, honestly. Yeah, see? Yeah. Only if you catch them stepping immediately. That where... Yeah, see? It can be real. Just be mindful, it can be real. Now, another thing that's also to look out for, I apologize for just like reiterating, but this is not that real. Now, I do it a lot out of habit, but only if I know I'm fast enough to do it. Yeah, that's a just frame now instead of, because in Wild Rising 4's case, it was a complete just frame. This is now a 0 frame. See, I'm just missing it now. See, I'm just missing it now. It used to be a complete just frame to hit this, and you had to be really good to hit this. Now, because of the factor of the plus frame nerf, whoops, it's no longer a thing. So if I decide to do like this, it doesn't work. Oops. Oops. Yep. Oops. Yeah, it doesn't work anymore. So that just frame is now gone. What we do have is this stuff. We still have DSS 1. And then on top of that, because there's so much plus frames on this, you don't even have to like buffer by itself. You just hit the button. See? But that's a little bit for a later time. And then finally, in terms of punishment, I apologize for going backwards. I am so sorry. But basically, main punishment you want to look out for is 1, 2, 3, because that's plus 13. At the wall, I believe it's still plus 20. I want to say that. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. Plus 25. So basically at the wall, whoops, that is real. They have to hold that. So a lot of stuff that you have to worry about mainly is 1, 2, 3. Just stuff like that, pretty much. Like nothing scary, just more so just stuff that you think would like you have to be aware of. And then you have that, which is also a wall combo. You have that as well. And then you also have that one as well if you want to be like a little bit stylish, but it's not really worth it being stylish with law. You also have this as well. Oh my god. Oh wow. I haven't done that in a while. Really? Yeah, like you have stuff like that. That also works too. You want more damage on the wall. And besides that, really, there's not much else I can really say about this character except for the fact that to me he's top 5, top 3, but he's not game breaking to me at all. He's actually just complete. Like this variation of law is probably his most complete variation besides 7 and 6. Law has been good at everything. He's never been great or obscenely like top tier at everything. The only thing that's been like considerably top tier was 7 when he had the best whip punisher in the game from range 4. From like range like 2 to 3 to 4, he could just do this. That was it. There wasn't much else about him that was like ultra scary or like you couldn't just whiff shit and just think you were safe. No, that's not how that works. But anyways, I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to tune in for a little bit and say what up. And also on top of that, I apologize for all the mess ups that I had on this tutorial. But I'm better to talk in 1v1 situations than anything else. But if you guys want to talk about law, I am more than down to talk about law or want to actually like explain like why law is the way he is because of the factor of that nunchuck is just goes burr. It's pretty much nunchuck goes burr, but he's pretty much the most complete variation of law in my opinion. Now, do I think that most law mains who have dropped him should stay dropping him? I personally don't believe that, but I would say this, that people do have their own taste. They want to execute. They want to feel like they've actually played the character, which I understand is completely fine. But I do also want to understand that in terms of like certain things, you want to be able to feel successful playing the character the way you want to play him. That's the best way I can say it. You want to feel like you completed the combo. You want to feel you've done the thing that you want to do on the opponent, and you want to feel that you want to play a character that you enjoy with style or in finesse. Do what you want to do. No one's gonna stop you from doing that. Keep doing what you do. That's all I can tell you about that. But as far as for me, I don't really care. Law is good in this game. He's good. He's not mid. He's not trash. He's not broken as people say he is. He's just complete. He's a complete character. Because if you look at the heat, again, he has a tracking nunchuck. He has back 4-3. He has down back 3. He still has his lows. He still has his mids. He still has a good tracking. He has a good tracking high. I mean, a good tracking mid. And also, fun fact, I'm putting the sand approach. That's for funsies, I guess. Ah, shoot. There you go, 97 damage, by the way. And then on top of that, you can do more with it too if you're good enough for it. If you're good enough for it is what is the issue for it. That's my problem. I'm not good enough for it, but I can try it. God dang it. I'm gonna try this a couple times, see if I can get this. Oh, pooper. Oh, I didn't get the side switch. My bad. Oh, 98. There you go. There's one more damage more. There you go. And then there was a way to do it even worse, but I'm not going to try to look for that. But pretty much, yeah, like, to me, I feel Law is complete more than he's just, oh, he's absolutely brain dead broken. He's a bit brain dead because everybody's brain dead in this game. Look at Jin. Look at Devil Jin. Look at Reina. Look at Heihachi. Look at the roster that we all deal with here. Look at Leroy. Look at Leo. Look at Lily. Look at Nina. Look at Anna. Look at Clive. Look at Fock. Look at Mary. Look at Paul. Look at Lars. Look at Fang. Look at Dragunov, Claudio, Brian, Azucena, Asuka, Eliza, Hrong, Jack 8, Jin, June, King, Armor King. Every character, Raven, even Eddie's brain dead to an extent. Even Lee's borderline brain dead to an extent. Like, you can't sit there and say, oh, Law's entirely broken. No, every character's busted. Shit, even Yoshi and Xiaoyu and Safina are busted. Even Victor's busted. Even Steve is busted. The problem is that we don't optimize, so why are we complaining? I'm like, what? Like, why are we complaining we don't optimize? We can't complain about shit if we don't optimize the character to its fullest extent, and we can't even do that. No one can. But yeah, that's just my little tidbit about Law. I apologize for taking as long as it did. But yeah, I'm probably going to hop off for the night. So thank you for tuning in. If you did, I appreciate it nonetheless. And thank you for showing up. If you did show up, I'll probably be streaming again sometime next week. And on top of that, please be careful out there because it is hilariously bad outside right now where I'm at. So again, have fun, and I will see you guys next time.